Hey, baby, hopping and bopping and popping with the best bet for the boss beat at the top of the pop smash goal. It's Diamond Dave right here. Look for me on Enfants Du Rock. I'm gonna be there soon.
First video we ever saw in France from Van Halen time was You Really Get Me. Now that was really a low-key video, no?
Well, what we did for the first several years was just generic videos, you know, the kind live, you play the music live into the console, and it's like a live album, you know. And we did that a number of times because always everybody's telling you, oh no, it's too difficult for you to work the camera. No, you'll never understand how to sweeten the sound. You'll never learn how to color correct. You'll never even know how to spell it. And this is the way that people protect, you know, themselves. And granted, most musicians, I don't think, want to deal with those kind of details, you know. That is attention to detail. And the longer piece of film you do, the more people you have in it, the more complex it becomes, and the more details you have. It's much easier just to count to 4 and start over again, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is what most of us do in the music business. No, actually, we started with Pretty Woman.
Oh, yes.
And this is my pal Pete. He's my partner in crime. And we call ourselves the Fabulous Picasso Brothers. Picasso because that sounds like art, and brothers because that sounds like pizza. Okay, which is sort of where we fall halfway in between art and pizza. And the Fabulous Picasso Brothers designed Pretty Woman, which was immediately banned from MTV, you know, which was a new art form. And as soon as it was banned, I realized that we were onto something.
Who would you prefer to marry in rock and roll? Tina Turner, Madonna, Sade, or
Princess Stephanie?
Oh yeah?
She's rock and roll. I don't know. You can never tell what you see on stage. You know, it's just like in the movies. It may not exist. It may not exist, you know? What's the old story, you know? The guy, I don't want to tell you that story. Well, I do, but I can't.
Now, we hear that the jump video was really low budget. Can you tell us how cheap it was to do?
The jump video in total cost about $650. And this was coming as a reaction, purely a reaction. It was not an artistic statement at all. It was a reaction to everybody else spending $300,000 on their videos, you know. And that's the natural rock and roll reaction. Go $300,000, I can do it for 6 weeks.
What do you think of the new heavy metal band generation? People like Motley Crue, Ozzy Osbourne, Roth, all these people that come after what you did.
Well, it seems like a lot of bands, you know, they mimic each other. It's like incest, you know? If you keep have marriage inside your own family, your children come out funny looking. It may take a generation or two, but your children will look funny, and a lot of people won't know why. Okay? But we do. How many people you know, you listen to the record, and the record's like, no, 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 no. He says, wow, this cat's he's got a look. And you get to the concert, and he looks like, And they say, that's okay, because Bobby, he's not really used to being on the road yet, you know, and Bobby is just really learning the ropes, and he has a cold tonight, you know, and the bass player is fighting with his girlfriend, so they weren't really good tonight. Hey, fuck you, man. For $10, Bobby doesn't have a cold. For my $10, Bobby plays the show, you know? Same thing on the video.
Gonna be a Van Halen record in the future.
What's gonna happen is we intend to have this movie come up in the beginning of spring, and next spring in '86. And I asked the band, you know, what's gonna happen? I says, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I says, how long do you think it'd take to make the new record? He says, well, you better give it a year. A year? It took me 4 days to make the last record, man. I haven't ever done anything for a year without stopping. You know? I says, what's the payoff? I like to dance, you know. I like to, you know, go out on the road, man, and go in front of a camera, go in front of a microphone, go on stage, go under the stage. You know, I want to be doing, you know. I says, what's the payoff? He says, well, we don't want to go on a road for these big 6-month tours anymore. You know, it's been 5, 6, 7 years, you know, like that. We figured we'd go play stadiums in the U.S. for 2, 3 months, you know. Stadiums, and you can get 50,000, 90,000 people in there. Yeah, you make a lot of money, but you can't hear my jokes in between the songs. You can't see my shoes that I paid $300 for. You can't see the light. You can't see. It's a ripoff. I says, in 3 months, I don't even get to the right weight. You know, what's the story? He says, you want to do the soundtrack for the movie? He says, no, the movie will probably stink. I says, yeah, like the last 3 videos. And he says, I'm stepping aside, man. There will be a soundtrack for the movie. Whether or not it be Van Halen is really in question at this time.
So Hot for the Teacher is a funny video because this is the first time we see your obsession with TV, being a TV presenter.
Well, I think more so is that you see my obsession with women. These are all fantasies. This was the first time that the band completely turned over, you know, all the money and said, you guys go ahead and do it, you know. And Pete and I, we just went about our merry way. We came right back from Europe and just shot it within a week. You know, we didn't have too long to put that together. Usually it takes about a month, maybe 6 weeks of preparation for the video and for the actual shoot. And for this, we put it together in 1 week. And man, we get the little kids, you know.
Looking like you.
Oh yeah, that was, you know, casting is half the fun. The people who come through the office, man, everything you've heard about Hollywood is true, you know. And the people who come in and they try audition for the jobs, and sometimes you get these faces that come into the office and you don't know what part, but you know they have to be on the film, you know. People who have character. You look at the face in one of our videos, you look at the face and you feel like you know the person.